Good morning, everyone, and thanks for being here. Today, I will present about the sustainability transformation of the fashion industry, specifically focusing on how circular innovation can help redefine competitive advantage for fashion business. The fashion industry has long been associated with creative and consumer culture. However, behind the glamour lie and deeply unsustainable business model, one built on overproduction, waste, and exploitation. In this presentation, I will explain why the current fashion model is failing, advocating circular and digital innovation that can support sustainable business model transformation, discuss the barriers and driver affecting adoption, and provide strategy recommendation for implementation. Come to the slide 2. The fashion industry sustainable crisis. To begin in, it is important to understand the scale of the sustainability crisis facing the fashion industry. Fast fashion has created a system criminal overproduction when garments are manufactured faster than cheaper than ever before. The industry is responsible for approximately 10% of the global carbon emission, making it one of the world's most pollution industry. At the same time, plastic waste continue to exceed global recycling capacity, meaning millions of tons of clothes end up in landfill every year. Beyond environment concerns, the industry also faces serious social sustainable issues, including labor exploitation, unsafe working conditions, and poor wage standards across global supply chain. Yeah. These challenges are not longer perhaps issues. The response, significant strategy, operational, and reputation risk of the fashion business. Why the current model is failing? The fundamental reason the industry is struggling is because its dominant business model remains linear. The mean business follow a take, make, disposal approach. Extremely raw material manufacturing model sell them quick and discard them also short-term use. This model promises this short-term sales volume rather than long-term value creation. Additionally, many firms still lack supply chain transparency, making it difficult to monitor ethical sourcing and environment impact. Consumer behavior also contributes to the issue, with unsustainable consumer patterns driven by low price and trend-based purchasing. In short, traditional fashion business models are struggling miscalculating with sustainable goals because they reward volume rather than responsibility. The strategy innovation opportunity. The To address this, I propose a technology-enabled circular fashion platform as the strategy innovation opportunity. Rather than treating sustainability as a compliance issue, firms can use innovation to redesign how value is created and captured. This model including 4 key elements. As you can see, first is AI demand forecasting, improved predictive inventory planning, reducing overproduction and excess stock. Second is the blockchain product passport. Blockchain-based product passport ensures supply chain traceable, allowing firm and consumer to verify sourcing and sustainability claims. The third is risk research and rental integration, extreme garment life cycle, and by keeping production is used longer. And the fourth is the closed loop recycling. System enable metal recovery and circular resource use. Together, this innovation moves the business model away from linear production and towards circular value creation. Come to the slide 5. Sustainable impact, TBL, three bottom line. When even through the three bottom line framework, this innovation delivers benefit across all three sustainable dimensions. From an environment perspective, it reduces waste, low emission, and improves resource efficiency. From a social perspective, ensures traceability, improve labor transparency, and ethical accountability across supply chain. Economically, business can unlock new circular revenue streams through resales, rental, reimbursement, and recycling service. However, one strategy risks remain. If circular system simple enough consumer to purchase more because product seem greener, rebound consumption many undermine sustainable gains. Therefore, circular innovation must be paired with responsibility consumer strategy, not just operation efficiency. Market driver and implementation barriers. There are several strong market drivers accelerating sustainable transformation in fashion. First, investor and stakeholder ESG pressure is create increasing significantly. Second is consumer are being more environment consumer and demanding greater transparency. Third is government are in production, secretary sustainability regulation and sourcing requirement. However, implementation remains challenging. The bigger barriers including high upfront investment costs, technology complex, and organization resistant to change. Many firms of the hesitant because circular transformation require redesigning, progressing, retaining staff, and rethinking revenue model. That say, the strategy risk of doing nothing is now greater than the cost of adoption. Firms that delay transformation risk losing competitive legitimacy and long-term relevance. Government and compliance consideration. In implementation sustainable innovation, government and compliance consideration must also be addressed. Ethical firms must avoid greenwashing, making sustainable claims that cannot be sustainability. As digital system collect more consumer and supply chain data, data privacy also become increasing improvement. Legally, business must comply and legally because business must comply with environment regulation, labor standard, and consumer protective law. In addition, ESG reporting requirement and supply chain sourcing obligation are become more regulars globally. Therefore, sustainable in the transformation is not simply about innovate. It also requires strong government structure and compliance capability. Strategy recommendation. We have four phase divide. The first is to succeed implement circular innovation. I recommend a post strategy approach. Phase 1 launch pilot circular innovation in selected product line. This reduces risk while allowing firms to test consumer response and operational feasibility. Phase 2 is to partner with digital and sustainable technology provide. External partnership can accelerate capability development while reducing internal resource burden. Phase 3 is to build international digital and circular economic capability through training requirement and process redesign. The fourth is scale successful integrated across enterprise operation. One proof of concept has been established. This phase also allows business to manage uncertainty while building long-term transformation capability. Final strategy takeaway. To conclude, sustainable is not longer opportunity in the fashion industry. It becomes a competitive necessary. Companies that continue relying traditional line business model will facing growth pressure from regulation, consumer, and investor. Patagonia provides a strong example how circular business model can be commercial viable while strategizing brand equity and customer loyalty. The firm that move early will not simply comply with sustainable expectations that will shape the future profitability and strategy direction of the industry. Ultimate, the future of fashion belong to business that innovation, responsibility, and transformation diversity. Thank you, everyone. Listen, I will welcome question and discussion on the future sustainable fashion transformation.